Welcome to the NOWT. The NOWT would like to thank Mercury Outboards, set the water on fire. Prince Craft Boats, enjoying the spirit of boating for over 70 years. J&B Superstore, your adventure awaits. Raxfin, making the outdoors more fun. Eastview Chevrolet to get you there, and Garmin to get you home. And of course, thanks to all these generous sponsors. Here we are, up in Hearst.
Hello, Scotty.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Are you? Is there a bit of a release this morning, being day two?
Day two is always the most stressful because it's the prize ceremony.
Right.
It's totally something new, like different from day one. Because day one we were just okay, it's just showing up, do the weights, and then we can just relax. But after day two, you have to go through the whole weighing process, and then go back, write down the weights, and get the envelopes ready. Yeah. Well, envelopes are ready.
Because God forbid you get it wrong. Can you imagine? All right. Well, let's not think about that.
No. It's a good stress.
It is, yeah. Well, it's your. Thankfully it's your kind of stress because I don't know if I could handle it. But here we are up at Hearst. It is yet the second last stop on the NOWT trail. As you can see there, we still have St. Mary's to go, but it has been quite the season, 2024. Can you reflect back at this point on some of the highlights, some of the takeaways?
Oh my God. So much happens in the tournament. Yeah. And the thing about tournament and the way our mind is throughout that weekend, there are so many, like you said, highlights and bump on the road that we forget about everything because our brain is just so busy. And when we get home, we decompress and then we're like, what's next for next year?
100%.
So but the highlights is working with awesome people.
Yep. And you have to be, because, to put up a venue like this and every other venue that the NOWT hosts or co-hosts, I should say, there's a lot of work, a lot of moving parts, and none of this gets done without good people helping out.
You are so right. Yeah, and thank you if you're watching. Thank you,
Amen. Everybody. Of course, we had the blast off just a couple hours ago, day two. I love this chain of lakes. Does it have a name other than the Walleye Factory of Hearst?
No, it's the chain of lakes, which is like Centauray, which we closed because it's not safe to get there. Well, it's better not. And then we have the Peviviska, Wolverine, and Hanlon. And then after that, it's the Fushimi. Fushimi is really by itself because they're rapid, so you really can't go there.
Right.
But that's our main lake. Yeah, there's so many lake around, but to organize that kind of fishing tournament, that's the only one.
100%. And speaking of the venue, of course, let's get a view of where the anglers are coming to the dock in order to weigh their fish in. As you can see off to the left there, that's the infirmary. So any fish that are a little stressed out, we put in those two totes and we make sure that we try to release every single fish that's caught. But again, like you look at the magnitude of this tent and what's involved in setting this all up. I can't even begin to imagine. And you do this at every venue, which is remarkable. We're going to get to the actual facility a little bit later in regards to what it has to offer. And of course, Martin and Julie, my Lord, this is quite a facility that they have.
Oh yeah, they run a tight ship and it's stressful. Like she had so many sets back with injured staff or people got sick, and so she's upstairs. She's supposed to be right beside me.
Yeah,
like she was supposed to be for the rules meeting, and I'm hoping to have her for the prize ceremony because we are a team, and but for her to have it here for sure, it's a lot more work for her.
100%.
So
and explain a little bit of that, because every stop on the NOWT has its own committee. that oversees that venue. So you have a committee here in Hearst, Long Lac, Geraldton. All of them have their own committees, and they work as much as independently in cooperation with the NOWT in order to put these events on. So
True that.
my Lord, there's so many moving parts up here. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. So this is, as we mentioned, day 2. These are your day 1 results, and no real surprises there. Steve's always at the top with Kevin. What I love seeing is a local boy, Alan, right at the top. Now, he was hoping that his over was going to be the one that would be the big fish of the day, but unfortunately, Steve and Kevin brought in a mammoth 7. What was it? 7 and change?
Something like that. I shot that 7 something. Steve and Kevin.
791. And for this body of water, I mean, the anglers have been telling me that they're marking big fish, but they're extremely hard to catch. So to see a fish like that caught during a derby, really something. Some of the other captains that are there, Alex, he's no slouch, and he's always in the top 10. Nice to see your boy Sebastian up there as well. Right?
Yeah. And Cedric's a guy. I don't know if you guys. Well, he's not part of the circuit. He fished casing, and he fished. There's another one because he needed to fish 3. Trying to remember where he fished. Oh, he fished Geraldton.
Okay.
So he needed to fish, but Cedric is he comes a long way. Like, he's on top, but has been working really, really hard.
So it's unreal.
He wants to be there.
Yeah, and you see that. Like, you see the drive, you see the passion, you see the competitiveness. But the thing that, as I said, regardless of the standings and the scoreboard, there's some great people up here. And one of the things I truly love, Chantal being one of them, of course. Yes, I can't forget Chantal. But yeah, you've got a bunch of anglers up here that have all bought into what the NOWT is and what it offers. So
yeah, and having my girls with me,
yes,
Jess and Chantal is like, for me, it's like a peace of mind.
Yeah,
she's Jess knows exactly what to do, and so is Chantal. And the core of a tournament is the weighing station. So
I wanted to get to that because some of the volunteers on top of your core group, like, we have some young girls that are helping out on the dock. Your daughter has been helping in the infirmary when it comes to reviving the fish. She's the
fish babysitter.
Like, I think what takes me is, coming from the city, and I don't mean any disrespect, but I mean, what I'm seeing some of the girls do, typical girls in the city wouldn't necessarily do.
Right.
And I'm trying to be as politically correct as I can by saying that, but I'm just taken back by the buy-in. Like, it's just incredible to see all of this come together.
Yeah,
like it
but
does.
it's I don't know if you noticed, but the fishing tournaments has the more and more women are getting involved in the committee.
Yep.
And I think I'd like to be an example for Millian, if I can speak for myself only. So she's seeing me do all this. She's tagged along for a while, and seeing her at the infirmary doing her own stuff, and she knows exactly what to do. That's super, super proud. And if people see Millian, we're friends, so they want to do the same thing.
And that's what I see. Like, I mean, that group over there, like, I tell you, that's the future of the NOWT right there.
Yes.
You're doing a good job, Mom. You're giving a great example. I wish I could learn a few things from you.
Like, it's her birthday today.
That's awesome.
I think she would like to be somewhere else than here.
Yeah.
But I think she's proud, and she's very she takes her job very seriously, because I told her, you can have a birthday, we can arrange something with your friends and all that. She's like, no, I want to be in that tank. I want to be. Oh yeah, she really wanted to be here this weekend and take care of those fish.
Okay, so that's rare, and yes, you have definitely rubbed off on it. The apple has not fallen too far from the tree. Let's have a look at some of the folks that are. Hey, Richard, how you doing? Nice to see you every time we go live. Of course, Tony's always with us. Tony, I promise I haven't kept too many people up snoring because I've been sleeping by myself. Walter, how you doing? All the way from Saskatchewan. Chris Church is with us. Nice to see you too, Chris. Dan is with us. Good morning. Oh, wow.
From Alberta.
Holy smokes. Nick's in the house. Miss you, buddy. Hope the wedding's going well. Yeah.
We're not gonna say anything else because he always feels bad, eh?
Oh, does he? Okay.
Nick wanted to be here.
Okay,
he
well,
wanted to be here.
As I said, I totally understand why, because I keep hearing that the party after tonight or after today's event is done,
Yeah,
it's the party of all parties.
it's something. I don't know if people are going to be saying, you know what, I'm not going to repeat what I did last year. I don't know, but it's always a good time.
Someone coined the phrase the Hearst hangover. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. I don't know what that is though. I don't know what.
Well,
I don't know.
we might find out.
Okay.
Ed, how you doing this morning? Good to see you on a Saturday morning. Morning from Muskoka. Oh, wow. This is cool. Absolutely. Right back at you, buddy. Well, as I said, that was our top 10. And, you know, you can tell by some of the faces that are amongst them. No real surprises. But, again, nice to see you land there as a hometown boy. Of course, Sebastian as well here in town. So it's nice to see
Tanya,
there you
top
go,
female.
the hometown crew.
She was the top 10 last year too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Let's speak a little bit about the venue, because one of the things that as soon as I drove in off the dirt road and I saw this place, I was blown away. Talk about, like, you couldn't ask for a better venue than this.
For sure. Diamond in the rough. Like you said, you don't know it's here until you show up here.
And, you know, every time you go to somewhere new, and of course you're driving along a dirt road, you never know what to expect. And this is not only great for the NOWT, but if you have a family that's looking to get out and enjoy camping, getting back to nature, getting back to the way it should be, this is a great place to go.
Mm-hmm. There's so many things to do too. There's the paddle boat, you have kayaks, you can... Yeah,
100%. And of course, for those who love their sledding, this is a great stop as the restaurant never closes. And so they always have food available. There's always fuel here as well. So if you're looking for a good route this winter, get a hold of these folks, because
they're right on the main,
and they're right on the main trail.
Yeah.
There's something like 300 kilometers of trails in this area.
Or more than that.
Really?
Oh yeah, there's 600 or something.
Oh, smokes.
Yeah.
Wow. What a beautiful place this is. As of course, it is full of walleye. A lot of the folks have been telling me that, you know, they were expecting a lot of unders. Like this would be an under tournament. You'd get the odd over. But based on the size of fish that we saw yesterday, I can totally understand that those big fish, and I hope Jim's not listening, are smart and they are staying away from those hooks. But great variety of fish yesterday, and what a bunch of bags that came
big
to the
pikes
dock.
too, eh?
Well, that was the other thing. A lot of anglers are catching 10-pound pike out here. So if you love your toothy critters, this is a great place to come.
Winter time, we caught biggest pike was 26 something pounds.
Out of here?
Lots of 20 pounds. Oh yeah.
Holy!
We had 12 fish over 20 pounds.
Wow.
Great.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
And when does that tournament run? Is that in February?
It's in March. I think it's the third weekend of March.
Wow. And what's the payout? Because that's the other thing too. I don't know where this gold mine is up here in the north, but I'm hearing women's tournaments. I'm hearing this tournament, pike tournaments. There's a lot of dollars flying around up here that's available to anglers.
Oh yeah. Well, first place for the pike derby is 10 grand.
Ooh.
For one pike. You're fishing from 8 to 4 for one pike, 10 grand. And our anglers are out there 2 days pre-fishing.
Incredible.
For the same amount.
So
crazy.
That is crazy. So if you're interested, of course, get a hold of Christelle, get a hold of
Julie.
Is it Veilleux? Veilleux? Am I pronouncing that right?
Oh.
Veilleux Camping and
Veilleux.
So there you go. That's my French for you. But yeah, get a hold of Julie. And as I said, you want a place that you're going to love, and I guarantee you're going to love it up here. These folks will do you proud. And of course, you know, they cater to your every whim, every need. So needless to say, a great place to come.
They have campers for rent.
Oh,
they have a cabin for rent.
Well, what has he got? Like 800 plots or 100 plots or something like that?
Yeah.
That it was saying?
Around that.
Incredible. And he wants to expand. He's got a hunt camp as well. I don't know. I'm just blown away by this place. When you drive in, as I said, on a dirt road, you never know what to expect. And you come here and it's like, incredible stuff. Absolutely
and then
amazing.
You got here and we're like,
Yes, you were. In course, too. Chantal Bean, what are you looking at?
No, but I am so happy to have you here.
Oh, as I said, it's my pleasure, and
I think he's working, but I just want his company really.
uh, everybody asks me, of course, you're driving all the way up north. Like, what is it about the NOWT? And as I've said before, you had me at Walleye. I love my walleye, and I love being a part of what goes on here when it comes to the walleye, the weigh-in, and whatever. I love to MC these events because of the anglers and the people. The North, it's a rare breed, and if you live in the city, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You come up here to sort of escape the chaos, and I've never felt so welcomed. It's every time you come in here, everybody wants to talk to you and get to know you. So I'm always taken back by that. Now, with day two, the anglers are out there right now. Any predictions? You see this list changing at all? Any surprises? What are your thoughts? You've done this tournament, and how many years you done this tournament now?
For Hearst is our 5th year.
5th year.
But I was involved since in the fishing tournaments in the NOWT hardcore since 2016.
Mm-hmm.
But before there was a Hearst tournament part of the NOWT.
Okay, all right.
What, 15 years ago?
Wow.
More than that.
Wow.
And we used to be in the parking lot, different owners and all that, and we brought it back. And so I don't know. Looking at that list,
like you think about, because at the end of the day, one of the anglers told me that 27 pounds is what it's going to take to win this. And I would have to say that these anglers know, because when we were in Duberville, when we were in Matagami, they all told me 45 is going to win it in Duberville, and they were almost bang on. Matagami, the same thing. Told me a weight, and it was almost bang on. So these anglers know what these resources can produce in terms of fish. But are you thinking a 27-pound total bag is going to take this?
If I remember correctly, last year I think it was like 20-pound bags first day. So yes, 40, I don't know, 30-something pounds. At this point, seeing the results lower than last year, 30 pounds, yes.
I think one of the takeaways for me that's so amazing, I know a lot of the anglers, they look at me funny when I react the way I do, but some, like for instance, that big fish that Steve and Kevin caught yesterday was in 7 feet of water. Now, I know this isn't a very deep, so folks that are listening that don't know this area, I totally understand, but I don't either. And when I heard that big fish are caught in like 2 feet of water up here this time of year, I was blown away. Deepest part of the lake, I think, is 40 feet. So it is a shallower body of water. And of course, you're going to catch fish at all kinds of depths. But that was the thing that really took me back, is that, in 70 plus degree water, you're still catching like massive fish in less than 10 feet of water. Incredible. Absolutely incredible stuff. All right. Well, that is a wrap up for day one and predictions for day two. Of course, again, I can't thank you enough for the invite. I can't thank you enough for the hospitality. And you know what? As tough as Chantal can be, I appreciate you too, Chantal. All right.
She likes it. She likes it.
How could she not?
She's like, I like doing this.
Either a sucker for punishment or you got to love this. One or the other. Sucker. I like that. Any last words you want to have before we go?
Again, thank you for sponsors.
And volunteers. Absolutely.
And for my team that decided to show up.
It's my blood pressure.
Everybody involved. Everybody that is involved in the fishing tournament, even Sebastian being all caught up in that tornado.
Yeah.
Because I'm involved in the fishing tournament. He fishes. We have the store. So just the sport, it's unreal. There's days we want to quit, but the encouragement brings us back.
100%. And speaking of Sebastian, he had a tough go yesterday with his trolling motor.
So
anybody in the Hearst area that owns a marina or a hardware shop, invest in somewhat Quest. Are they Quest? The Minn Kota Quest props, Tarova. We couldn't find one for 200 miles. So unfortunately, is he out there with one blade or?
He still is. Apparently he found one, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
That's a tough go right off the bat. Right first thing in the morning, they caught a big fish, and up on shore they went, unfortunately. Yeah.
And then all day, because one is still there. So They're still going, but it's shaky.
That's tough. I know the feeling, being shaky.
They're hardcore, man. Hardcore.
Alrighty, well, that is basically our wrap-up show for here. We're going to be going live, of course, when the boats start coming in.
Yes.
So tune in to the NOWT.
We're pretty much on our Hearst Walleye Challenge
Hearst
page.
Walleye Challenge page. Okay.
I try as best as I can to share on the NOWT, which is sometimes really hard because
Yep.
I'm not really doing the live and all that, and it's crazy. We don't have all our people, so I have to be on the Sidhu and then come back, and then, so it's hard to share everywhere. But
if you guys see the
Hearst
feed,
Walleye Challenge for sure.
if you could do me a favor, go to the Hearst Walleye Challenge page and share it to our page. For those who are listening, like Walt and Steve, who have access, we'd love to be able to share that. CFN. I think we're going to try and do our own live as well at the same time. So we'll look forward to that. But again, it's all dependent on Wi-Fi, and I certainly don't want to rob from your Wi-Fi because it's kind of important.
Oh,
that
for
you
sure.
get those
For sure.
measurements right and that they get documented correctly. Alrighty. Well, listen, thanks again. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for everybody watching.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
baby. So it is day 2. Stay tuned for the results. I'm looking forward to them, and I'm sure everyone else is too.
Let's get the show on the roll.
Yeah, baby. The NOWT would like to thank Mercury Outboards, set the water on fire. Prince Craft Boats, enjoying the spirit of boating for over 70 years. J&B Superstore, your adventure awaits. Raxfin, making the outdoors more fun. Eastview Chevrolet to get you there, and Garmin to get you home. And of course, thanks to all these generous sponsors. This has been